Greetings, everybody. My name is Paula Davis, and welcome to my Blue Ridge Ghost Response channel. Today, I am going to just go straight to the subject matter of cleansing homes when it comes to paranormal investigation and ghost hunting. I'm not going to teach how to do that. I'm going to wait and do that in another video, but there are some things that I've experienced that aren't really discussed or brought up and should be brought up when it comes to doing home cleansings. First of all, it's really a holistic effort when it comes to cleansing a home or a piece of property or land of something that's considered negative or harmful. So there are a lot of things to consider. Okay, some people go in and they start waving that sage like, okay, out, be gone, out, be gone. And then short time later, a couple days later, they're going to wonder, well, okay, we're still having activity. Why are we having this activity? Well, first of all, when you do private cases like my other group is CNC Paranormal, and we do quite a bit of private cases, there's always more to the story. There's always more to what the family is telling you when it comes to activity. And you've always got to consider that. A lot of times, when I have any sort of difficulty with cleansings and I try to instruct my clients how to cleanse and they can't seem to get rid of what's going on, a lot of times there are things going on in that home with the family or the person that they don't want you to know or they're not going to tell you. Things that are going to come up that should have been discussed that weren't, and therefore it's still stuff for a negative entity or energy, whatever you call it, to feed on. So always take that into consideration. Another thing is when you do cleansings, again, people go in, they start waving that stuff around. Okay, be gone, be gone. Always remember when you cleanse, you are essentially creating a vacuum inside the home. So whatever you remove, immediately in its place, you have to put something to fill that vacuum, because if you don't, that vacuum is just going to suck in more possible negative energies and even more than what was there before. So a lot of times when I remove, I say a blessing afterwards. May this home or may this space be filled with peace, love, light, whatever you want to do as far as, whatever your religious beliefs are, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or blessed be, whatever works. But don't leave the space a vacuum, because that can be very detrimental. And I've had that happen myself. I've done that to myself and, kind of learned a lesson on that. And it wasn't that great. So, but just remember when you're cleansing, and as far as clients go, and if I instruct you how to cleanse, you've also got to remember that when you're, whatever it is you're using, whether it's holy water, sage, incense, whatever, okay, that is your loaded gun, but that gun is only as powerful as the person behind it. So if you go into a case and you're unsure of yourself or you're scared, then you're basically firing bullets all over the place, but you're not hitting your target. So you have to be 100% sure with yourself on what you're doing. Obviously, protect yourself. And again, that's another video, another subject. But if you don't know yourself, you don't feel comfortable, then it's only going to be as effective as you are, because you have to learn how to take a stance and take control of it. And you have to remember that you have the power to do it. And that's what a lot of negative entities try to make us think, is we are powerless. We can't do it. I'm not going to go away because you just can't. No, you have to stand your ground. And sometimes I realize that's very difficult, but you have to stand your ground, because just going in and really, flippantly trying to, sage, smudge, whatever, and you're not putting your intent behind it, again, you're just firing shots in the dark. So always remember that. And As far as clients that I instruct, always remember that you are just as powerful as any of us that come in to try to help you, and you can do this. But to paranormal investigators, sometimes this can be tricky. Sometimes sage doesn't work. Sometimes certain methods just don't work. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me. Sometimes Christian methods won't work. Sometimes Native American doesn't work. So you really have to kind of get a feel for the place when you decide to do the cleansing. But I always work with what the family believes in and their parameters of belief. If it's Christian, I will try to do it as Christian as possible. If they're Jewish or otherwise, I may have to do some research on that, but I'm willing to do it. But just know that sometimes one method may not work for your case. It might work in another case, but it may not work for your case, but that's okay, because you just have to get a feel for the energy and as far as what the family holds sacred in their home. But it really is holistic. You have to kind of try to feel out what's going on with the family and people involved when you're doing a cleansing. We have had cases come up where, I've done a cleansing and, 2 weeks later, I'm getting a phone call. And I'm like, okay, something's up. Well, usually what happens, the whole story eventually comes out, whether it's there's abuse going on, there's drug use going on, somebody's cheating on somebody. Yes, we've had that happen. And then they wonder why, their house is falling apart. Anytime you bring chaos in and you live a chaotic lifestyle, you might as well forget it. Until you deal with things in your life, you're going to keep attracting those negative energies, entities, spirits. I don't like using the word demons, but a lot of people will use that term. So just know that it's a lot. There's a lot to it. And then you see on the TV shows, sometimes you might be able to cleanse on the first try there, and sometimes you might have to go back 2, maybe 3 times. But the important thing to remember is the family has to take control, because that is their space. Even though you're helping them, ultimately that's not your space. And you need to educate them on that, and you need to encourage them and leave them with instructions on how they can do this on a daily basis until they feel that their house has been cleansed, blessed, whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is my first video I've ever done. So I may delete it. I don't know. I may, redo this video, but I definitely want to get some stuff out there for people to listen to, because I think there are a lot of unsaid things that need to be said when it comes to the paranormal. And I just want to try to put out what I can to help other investigators as well as help my clients. Thank you guys, and I will be back on here with more videos, and I do plan on doing instructional videos for cleansing, blessing, that sort of things. We're going to talk about spirits. We're going to talk about supposed demons in the future. So stay tuned, guys. Bye.